Hi everyone, this is Random Chat, and today I'm going to have a little discussion with you on whether you think that face coverings should be banned here in Britain. As many of us already know, at one point face coverings in this country was compulsory throughout the period of lockdown and sometime after it due to the COVID, and this was to reduce the spread of the virus. After these restrictions were lifted, it then became optional. And some people now still wear face coverings to protect themselves against the virus. And the reason why they do this is simply because of immune system or age related. Now I can respect that, and I'm not talking about the ban on this. But after the lockdown, and after the face covering restrictions was all lifted, it seemed that a trend grew from the face covering. Young people, youths, teenagers, and even people in their 20s suddenly started dressing in black clothing, jackets with hoods on, covering up their heads, and with that also adding face coverings, totally blocking out their identity. This sort of attitude in dressing suddenly spread right across Britain, and you would find groups of these teenagers, youths, all hanging around on street corners within our towns, riding around also on their mountain bikes, trying to look threatening and intimidating. And we see these people dressed like this on our streets on a regular basis. Now to some people, as I've said, this can be intimidating, threatening, and it does make you wonder why these people are covering their faces up. Yes, there are some people who are just doing it because it's a fashion trend, but there are many people who are doing this for one reason, because they do not want their identity seen, simply because they are carrying out some sort of criminal activity. Without sounding too racist, this used to be a black gangland way of dressing, but at some point even white youths decided they wanted to follow this trend and dress this way. So people who decide to dress like this, should there be a ban on it? Should there be laws put in place to prohibit these people from hiding their identity? Because if you are an innocent person who are not out to carry out any criminal activity, why do you need to hide your identity from everyone? My personal beliefs are that the police should have powers to either tell these people to remove the face coverings or face arrest for acting in an intimidating manner. I also believe that the police should carry out the stop and search on these people to check whether they are carrying any weapons or not. Anyone innocent will not reject to it. It wasn't too long ago when I watched a video on YouTube in which a distressed father who had lost his son because of one of these people dressed like this. It is said his son was cycling home and somebody approached him dressed in this manner, fully hiding his identity, who pulled out a machete and then smashed him in the head. His victim ran for his life, in which this person, wearing all this clothes to hide his identity, chased after him and continued to slash at him with a machete. Sadly, this young person died. It was found that the person carried out this crime had all this sort of body armor fitted within his jacket and even in his trousers. So where has this mentality come from, of dressing in such a manner where you are completely hiding all your identity? So yes, I fully agree that the police should carry out their powers of stop and search on these people on a regular basis, and that a law should be put in place in which it tells these people you either remove the coverings from your face or face being arrested. Because we have seen many times videos that have been posted on YouTube in which people dressing like this go into shops, stealing stuff on the shelves in plain view of everyone, and they get away with it simply because nobody can identify them. They are all dressed the same, they all have their faces covered, so witnesses cannot point out who they saw doing it. So this is one good reason why a law should be put in place, that there is a ban on face coverings, unless it's for medical reasons. And this part now is where it gets a bit controversial, because I also believe that face coverings, including the burqa, should be banned here in Britain. The burqa is not part of British religion or culture, so the category of all face coverings should be banned here in Britain, in my aspect, includes the burqa as well. Because I have personally always found it very odd that if you enter a bank or a post office and you are riding a motorbike, you have to remove your crash helmet because you are concealing your identity within that bank or post office. But if you're wearing a burqa, it is fully acceptable to go in totally hiding your identity from the cameras. Now the extreme religion within Islam of wearing the burqa is not part of our culture, and it's not part of this country. So I fully agree on the fact that the burqa needs to be banned here in this country. So what are your views on this. I would like to hear what you have to say. Do you think all face coverings here, unless it's medical, should be banned within this country? If somebody is concealing their identity, the police should have the powers to approach them and find out why they're doing so. In regards to all the younger generation who have started wearing all this face covering, for what reason it is, who knows? Whether it's a fashion statement or whether it's the case of they love being intimidating and threatening towards us, the general public. But it's also the way they speak. It is suddenly the "in it blood, you dissing me man, I'll cut your blood if you diss me again" attitude. It seems that the generation now of our youth, our teenagers, have had a massive drop in IQ levels. Myself personally, I don't find them scary or intimidating. I look at them and laugh, really. I think they're a bit of a joke because they're big and tough in their gangs. But I bet you if you walked up to one and said boo, he'll run home crying to his mummy because the nasty stranger has scared him. But it's the elderly. These are the ones who are scared and worried about this type of mentality from our young generation. These are the ones who are intimidated. So this is why I think this sort of mentality within the young generation now and their dress sense should be banned. Because at the end of the day, unless you're carrying out criminal activity of some kind, why do you need to hide your identity, as I've said? The amount of these people I've seen in summertime walking around dressed like this, and they look pathetic. They do not look scary. They do not look intimidating. They just, not put too much of a finer word on it, but they just look like a bunch of twats. And no doubt all you guys have seen these people in your towns, in your cities, hanging around on street corners or within the town or city centre, in their little groups, majority of the time with their little portable speakers, blaring out crappy music, all of them thinking they look so cool, so tough, so threatening. So what are your views on this? Should the police be enforcing more powers regards to stop and search and regards to telling people that they must remove these face coverings or face being arrested for intimidating behaviour towards the general public? So that's it. It's just a quick video that I wanted to share with you, and I would like to find out what you think about what I've just said, because it seems to be an ever-growing issue here in Britain of people hiding their identities, dressing all in black, hoods up, face covered, hanging around our streets within our towns and our cities, doing their best to be intimidating and threatening towards the general public. It is time the police got control of our streets. Well, that's it for now. Feel free to go and check out my other videos, as I've said in the past. And I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and help my channel grow. And don't forget to give the videos you watch of mine a thumbs up if you agree and if you like the contents. So until my next video, I would like to thank everyone who's watched this video and who watched all my other ones as well. So stay safe, and it's goodbye for now. I'm Random Chat.